another episode of Sports Podcast. And as usual, we have me, the sports logician, Owen Moses. I'm not alone. I'm joined by my guest, who will be introducing himself. Welcome to my sports podcast.
Thank you, sir. I am Malindl, sports analyst.
Yeah, today we are much focusing on the participation of Mighty Wanderers and the Silver Strikers for Confederation of Football and Shan. So let us start let us start with looking at the Mighty Wanderers, the current squad that they had. So according to you, when you see Wanderers participating in Confederation Cup, how do you think, or what is your thoughts?
Okay. First of all, we need to congratulate Mighty Wanderers for their decision to participate in the Confederation Cup. First of all, this is not the first time Wanderers participating. The last time they participated, it was in 2017, whereby they lost to AS Keita. So now they made a choice that they should now be in the Confederation. So assessing on the squad, it's more or less we can say that they are having good players, but I was expecting to see some of the new faces because currently Mighty Wanderers, they are on the second position in the standings. So my expectation it was that they should beef up their squad because one thing that I've observed with their team is that in the attacking wise they are not that aggressive because this is an international competition. It's not a local competition. So being there an international competition, you just need also to beef up your squad. You need to come up with at least players that are on an international standard. So just to assess the squad it is looking promising. They have new signings. They have signed Rajab Mirenda, but still more, I'm not satisfied with the way how they have done on their market. I was expecting to see them coming in, even some foreign players, because this is not just a competition that is, it's an international competition. So we need to see even international players being assessed. So all in all, we can just congratulate them for their decision. And on the squad part, I can just comment that they have a promising squad, but they just need to beef up some of the areas. Yeah.
So you have been introducing me a very important point to break from it. So let's start with the current squad of Mighty Wanderers. Let us start with the management. Are you satisfied with the management of Mighty Wanderers in terms of technical management? Led by Bob Penganji.
Yeah, we can say that. Yeah, I'm satisfied because
others they said Bobo is not a tactical coach.
Yeah, others they say that, but first of all, we need to know that this is not the first time Bobo Mpinganjira heading Wanderers. Yeah. We saw him in the 2019, we saw him 2020, and we also saw him doing well with the national team when he was with Megemas. So he's that coach who has the charisma, but maybe people they expect results when they have not prepared well. So to assess on the management side, I can say that they have a good coach, and what it just needs is that the tactics, how the coaches will make sure that they are the capacity building to the players, because now recently I've just heard that they have employed a data analyst, which is a breakout. We need to see these things happening, and also now they have a good taking Wobani, whereby you have the likes of Sherry Sook. Those people, they are the ones who they have an understanding of Malawian football. So I don't have much problems with the management, but one thing that I just want is maybe for them is they should take a risk, because one thing that I saw with Wanderers is that the coaches they fail to take some risks, because when you want to progress, you should be able to take some risks. So they have young players, but one thing that Wanderers they do is that they don't believe in their young players. So maybe just I am expecting to to see them believing in their players. They need to give them the platform. They need to give them the opportunity to showcase, because this is an international competition. Apart from just competing, it is also a platform to sell your players. We saw it just a big bullet whereby their participation saw some players like Mwangu and Ranges Nkoma, they were scouted. So it is also this opportunity for them that they should also consider the young players. They have good players. The likes of Wallace, Pinganjira. So they just need to give them the platform to play. Yeah.
So coming on the actual ground, let's start with the goal position. Wanderers, they have the three goalkeepers, Chelsea Tete, and I can say Chelsea Tete, Richard Chipua, and also Nelson Kungwa. Are you really satisfied with these three keepers? Those that can save the post of Malindl Wanderers?
On that I can say they have a good. On their goalkeeping, I don't have much problems with them. Recently, I've just seen that Nelson Kungwa has kept 9 clean sheets.
Yeah, but others they
So
they continue considering slow goals.
Yeah.
So,
because on that point, we can say that we should not just blame on the goalkeepers. First of all, we should also look on the defense part, because sometimes with people we just say that the goalkeepers, they are conceding the goals without looking at the defenders, because the defenders, they have also their contribution. So we need to know that the goalkeepers, I don't have much problems. Justin Taylor is a good goalkeeper. We saw him last season with Zuzu City Hammers. He did well. So one thing is that maybe the goalkeepers, they just need also to pull their socks up, because this is an international competition. And also coming to the defensive part, they have a role, because these goalkeepers will be calling them they are conceding goals because of the ineffectiveness of the defense. So the defense need to be well structured and well built up. Yeah.
So in terms of defenders, Wanderers, they had Emmanuel Nyolenda, and they had the experienced one, which is who is Sane Sanudi, and they had Peter Jolopi, and so other defenders.
Yes.
Are you indeed satisfied with the defense of Malindl Wanderers?
I can just say that the defense, they have a lot to work on. Yeah, they have good players. But
what is their weakness areas?
I think they are on the center backs. You see, they rely much on Jazia as well as Cholopi. So this combination, sometimes I find it that there are some loopholes, because this defense, if you see them when they are playing big teams, for instance, just a big place, you see them that the combination is not that effective. And also, I wanted that to see Wanderers come buying even 2 center backs who are energetic, because sometimes they go and to buy center backs, but looking at the caliber of the players, it's not that effective that the players, they can withstand a big team like Wanderers. We saw they just need to make sure that they are beefing up their defense. And also on the wing backs, they have Stanley Sanudi. Stanley Sanudi is aging, so they need to be looking on who replace him. So this is an assignment to the coaches. They need first of all to look on their squad. They bought Masia Manda. He's a good player. So one thing that they are maybe just to do is just to make sure that the combinations, because they have good players. We saw Timothy Surumimba with the national team. He does well, but one thing that is needed is that the coaches, they need to make sure that the players, they are well coordinated in all the departments. So yeah.
So coming on the midfield part, Wanderers, they flowed Francisco Madinga. So other they said Francisco Madinga are the caliber of player that the Wanderers could be benefiting from them in terms of participating in the Confederation Cup. So what do you say? How do you say in terms of midfield? Because Wanderers currently they had Blessing Singini, and they had Felix Zulu, and the experienced one Isaac Chia Galiati, and they had also I they had certain players that can do better in terms of participating in Confederation Cup. What is your thought on the midfield part of the Malindl Wanderers recently, based on the performance of Tenem Super League and several cups that the Wanderers participated?
Yeah, on the midfield, yeah, they offloaded the Madinga. But for me, I see that Wanderers they have more midfielders, but the one problem that they have is they miscommunicate, the mismatching, because you know they have over six central midfielders. So one thing maybe Wanderers they need is just to make sure the combinations. They have good players. For instance, Blessing Singini, he's doing well. Even Wisdom Pingajira, he's doing well with the national team. So one thing they have to do is to make sure that the midfielders they are well coordinated. I was expecting to see them going on the market to maybe to buy even two. They failed to buy Ernest Petro, which it could have been a good signing, because Wanderers they need someone else who is flexible enough to a player with a caliber whereby we saw the Manyozo style, because they miss him a lot. So the midfield part, there are some improvements, but there is also a need for the team to make sure that they have beefed up on the midfield part, because unlike their opponent, unlike their partners, Silver Strikers, whereby Silver Strikers they have also managed to sign a central midfielder, which is a good signing for them. So there is a need for Wanderers to make sure that they coordinate well the midfield as well as the forwards. Yeah.
So Wanderers they will be learning on strikers like the new signing Muhammad Sulumba and the coming of Promise Kamwendo and the Blessings Malilino. So to mention a few strikers that Wanderers they are being learned this season. So how do you expect from these strikers? Are you seeing these strikers scoring goals for fun during this Confederation Cup?
Yeah, I cannot just say that they will score goals for fun, because this is a big competition. It's an intercontinental competition whereby you face teams from different countries.
And they are the
So
same players
the
that
players,
they play
yeah,
at national
in
team
national,
level.
yeah. So I think they have good players in the they have good forwards. But one thing is the same way that I've said, how the players are coordinated, because it is one thing to have good players, and it is another thing to the players for them to perform. I can give you an example. Nyasa Big Bullets in 2022, they offloaded almost 90 players. But look at how they did in 2023. They won everything else. The secret for that, it was that the coach made sure that he has fixed on the combination. So one thing also Wanderers they can do, because they can sign in good players, but if the players they are not coordinated, they cannot have come up with a good team. So on that part, I just want to say that the forwards, the strikers, they have good strikers, but the combinations is what matters, because today we'll see Malidino, today we'll see Kamwendo. We want them that they should have a proper striker, that we can say that the Wanderers they will be relying on this one. So I cannot comment much on that they play, because it will depend on how they will make sure that the players they are combined. Yeah.
So let us change our tables to look at the I mean to look at to look at Chan. So Super Strikers are participating in a Chan. So when you are looking at the current squad of Super Strikers in terms of their management led by Peter Gangira, how do you say on the Silver Striker side?
Yeah, they are, but yeah, on the okay, on Silver Strikers will be participating in the CAF Champions League.
Yeah, in the Champions. Yeah.
So
They
first of all, this is another competition that is very big competition.
Yeah.
So just a summary on how I just say they will be, because there have been changes that Edison Kadenge Mafulire is the one who is leading because of the papers. So one thing that I have to just to say is maybe how Kadenge Mafulire coordinate with the current management because yeah, because shoes Nkangira, because he had been at Silver, but at some point in time he left.
On and off.
So one thing that I just want to say is that how he is going to come up with coordination with the team, with the current management, and also with the players. But all we know, they have a good team, they have a good management. So one thing also for them is that how are they going to make sure that the combinations are there? Because it is another thing to say that you have bought new players, but are the players fitting in your squad, and are the players fitting in your style of play? Because you need to come up with a style of play. We need to see that Silver Strikers, they'll be going with this philosophy, because CAF Champions League is a big competition. That's why we have been always hearing the stories that Nyasa Big Bullets, we are always being booted out. Why? Because CAF Champions League, it requires you it requires you to beef up maybe with 10. Yeah.
Each and every position.
Yes,
you
each
need
and
to
every
be
position you
backup.
need to be, yeah, you need to be well equipped. So yeah, on Silver Strikers, that's what I can say on that.
So according to your opinion as my sports analyst,
Yes.
are you seeing Super Strikers progressing into a next round? Next round?
I can say Silver Strikers, I'm seeing them progressing in the first. They are playing with a team from Madagascar. But I can give them, I'm giving them the opportunity, the chances, the full chances that they will progress from this round. Because looking at the way we have heard of the stories that the Madagascar team, they have been always up and there. But I'm giving them the chances that Silver Strikers, they can progress to another round. So one thing, because I have seen them how they are doing, and I've seen how their players, how prepared they are. So I'm giving them the chances that they can progress.
So contrary to your answer, there are some people that they have said Super Strikers this season they have frauded their talisman Chimomoidana.
Yes.
So they are also in the coming in the Stadium Super League. They are third in the league table. So from what you have said, don't you think Super Strikers this season they don't prepare much comparing to last season? So people, the supporters are worried that this season Super Strikers are not performing much. But
yeah, last season Silver Strikers, they have only lost Jimo Maidan. But when you look at the contribution that Jimo Maidan, yes, he contributed much, but they have signed in new players. Yeah, Andrew Joseph as well as Ernest Petro. So yeah, Festus Due. So I can say I am confident enough because I've seen the players how they perform, and I've seen how the players they have done well in the league. So it's not that big deal that they have lost Idana. I'm still having confidence that the players will catch up, and also they will do well, because look at the way Silver Strikers, they didn't start well, but look at how they have performed in the last part of the first round. They did well, and also now they're in the round of 16th for the FTH Cup. So I'm just having the confidence that Silver Strikers will perform well in the CAF Champions League.
so in conclusion, how could you summarize the law of prayer the supporters in terms of their support to their teams? How can you summarize the laws of supporters?
The supporters, they have a big role, because Wanderers, they're starting their games at home. So there is a need that we as supporters, they have to support them, because if they fail to support their teams on the home basis, when they have gone away, our friends, they understand the importance of these competitions. So their supporters, they have a big role. They need to make sure that they are doing everything they can do to support their teams, cheer their teams, because this is not just a normal league. This is an intercontinental competition. So it needs the supporters to make sure that they have put in their input, so that their teams, they can progress. No team can progress if they have not built their fan base. The fan base, the fans, they have a role. So I can say that the supporters in all the teams, Silver as well as Wanderers, even to the sports fraternity, there is a role to make sure that they have support these two teams. Yeah.
So after saying much, or after discussing a lot here, so I want you to mount on that camera. How are your final thought? How are your final home take message?
Okay, my final, my home take message is that first of all, as Malawians, we need to change the narrative whereby we will be the ones to say, because I'm a Nyasa Big Bullets fan, I cannot support Silver. These two teams, they are representing us as a nation. So the way they are going to perform is also reflect on the kind of, on how are we moving with our football. So I can say that this is a need for, there is a need for teams to be participating in these competitions, because these competitions, they are there to reflect on how your sports, how your football is going on. So I just encourage the fans to support these teams, as well as to just to congratulate these teams for making it that they have to perform this year. So yeah, that's what I can say.
So that's the word of my sports analyst. From me, Owen Moses, the sports logician. Until we meet again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave your comment.